nodes. Total supply, 2 million coins. Coin price, around $18. Market cap, 36 million. Circulating supply, around 210,000. Market cap of the actual circulating supply, 4 mil, baby. Total investments, $363,000. Total investments average ROI per year, about 47%. ROI on the worst node without compounding, 135% per year. ROI on the best node without compounding, 691.5%. Now, first, really quick, I want to thank everybody for showing up to the video, all the likes, all the new comments, all the new subscribers. Keep it coming. Tell me anything you want to see. That's how this video was done. That's how a lot of my videos are done, is by request. So let me know what you like in the comments. Let me know what you don't like in the comments. If you get any value from the video, smash that like button, subscribe, and bang on that notification bell once you've subscribed. With all of that being said, let's get straight into the video, guys. So what is Cubo? It's a node protocol on the Polygon network. It owns its own liquidity and automatically adjusts its supply for growth. The DAO contract actually owns almost all of the tokens in circulation. So, in their words, there's no possibility of rugging. Do I believe that? Nah, I'm not necessarily going to say that. Just because the team doesn't run off with money also doesn't mean that this is going to be around when we're 60 years old. So the returns are actually based on DAI, D-A-I, and Cubo. And if you don't know what DAI is, it's a stable coin that's basically pegged to almost USD. You need both of those coins in order to host a node, and you need equal parts. So how do you actually host a Cubo node? You need at least 25 DAI and at least 25 Cubo. And there's tiers, so you don't have to buy a 25 Cubo node. You can buy a way bigger node if you really want to. Now, the next thing you're going to do is get those into your MetaMask, go connect your MetaMask to the Cubo website, and then bam, click that host button. So you will also receive your rewards one time per day, and that's 8 p.m. GMT time. I actually like this. I think this is a huge plus for this protocol. And the reason being is all these other ones that are like, oh, you're gonna get your money every 15 minutes. That almost makes it harder for people to not claim it, right? So for people that are like, I'm taking profits, I want ROI tomorrow. They'll take their profits on a very minimal gas fee blockchain like AVAX. They'll take their profits very quickly, and they won't be taking it once a day or once a week like you would on like Strong Block. Those compounding periods keep less sell pressure on the actual coin itself. So that's good news. You can also kind of see this in the chart where Cubo goes up and then it'll come down and it'll hit like 18 bucks and then it'll bounce again. It's almost like establishing a floor price due to these conditions that are being met inside of their contract. It's pretty cool, actually. So let's break down the nodes and the rewards real quick, right? Let's get to the good stuff, the juicy stuff. So their website says the following: assuming the $1 Cubo price, the rewards go as follows. And note that the higher the Cubo price, the higher your rewards are. And I actually looked into that and I proved it, and that is facts. So I will tell you that in just a second, and we'll break down the numbers on how that is possible. So they have 8 different nodes. I'm gonna break down the costs, the rewards, the ROI that they're quoting, the real ROI that's actually happening, and all that good stuff. So they have a Plank node that costs about $475. And again, this is all assuming an $18 Cubo price, and that's what the price is at time of filming. So when I say USD value, it's because that's what people understand. USD you can actually buy things with. No one's gonna go out and buy their groceries with Cubo, so just bear with me when I'm saying these things, but I'm also going to quote in terms of coins as well. This requires 25 Cubo and 25 DAI. It pays 0.1 Cubo per day, and they are quoting that it is a 0.2% ROI per day. That's about $1.80. Now the actual ROI is 0.37%, so much better than what they were quoting. This is a 264-day payoff period and about a 134% ROI on your coins per year if you don't compound. The Femto node is the next one, and it costs about $950. This is 50 Cubo and 50 DAI. It pays 0.3 in Cubo rewards per day, and they are quoting it is a 0.3% reward per day. That means it pays out about $5.40 at current price. The actual ROI on this is 0.57, so it's almost double what they were quoting. This is what I'm talking about, how the higher the price of Cubo is, the better your ROI is. Now, this is a 176-day payoff period and a 208% APY per year without compounding. The Pico node costs about $1,425, and it's 75 Cubo and 75 DAI to mint this node. And the actual ROI is 0.757% and a 276.3% ROI for the year. The returns are getting bigger, they're getting better. This is exciting, let's go. Now the Nano costs about $1,900. This is a 100 Cubo and 100 DAI node. You get back 1 Cubo per day, and they are quoting it as a 0.5% ROI. And the real ROI is about 0.947%. That's a 106-day payoff period and just under a 346% ROI. So the micro costs about $4,750. This is 250 Cubo and 250 DAI. It pays out 3 Cubo per day, and that is about $54. They're quoting a 0.6% ROI, but it's actually about 1.14% per day. That equates out to an 88-day payoff period and a 416% ROI. The Kilo. That one costs about $9,500. It's 500 Cubo and 500 DAI, and it pays out 7 Cubo per day. That's about $126, and they're quoting a 0.7% ROI per day. The real ROI is about 1.33% per day, so almost double. That is a 75-day payoff period and a 485% ROI. Now there's 2 left. The first one is the Mega. Costs about $19,000. This is 1,000 Cubo and 1,000 DAI. You get 16 Cubo per day, and they're quoting about a 0.8% ROI. That's around $288, and the real ROI on that is about 1.52%. It's a 66-day payoff period and over 550% ROI per year. Now, the last one is that big dog, that Giga, baby. It requires 5,000 Cubo and 5,000 DAI. This one costs about $95,000 at current price. What you get back per day is 100 Cubo. They're quoting it at a 1% ROI per day. Those 100 Cubo are worth $1,800, and the real ROI on that in terms of USD is 1.9% per day. This equates out to a 53-day payoff period and also a 693.5% ROI. That's pretty insane, but it is a massive investment. Now, this is what everyone has shown up for. Drew's secret sauce. Let's get into it. So, there are 2,804 nodes sold right now. 250 Plank, 107 Femto, 81 Pico, 1,186 Nano, 483 Micro, 296 Kilos, 319 Megas, and 80 of the big dogs, the Gigas, baby. Now, if you add all of those together, this equates out to 1,124,024.5 Cubo. And DAI total. That is 535% of the actual circulating supply, which means that if you're only taking into account circulating supply, they have recycled the tokens over 5 times. Now, if you take into account only the total supply, they've actually only had 56% of their total supply put into nodes. That's actually a pretty good trajectory comparatively to a lot of these other protocols out there. So that's a plus. Now, the total that they have to pay out per day, that is 17,916.7 Cubo. That's 8.5% of the entire circulating supply, but they can actually pay this out based on what's in their rewards wallet for 94.5 days. That's incredible. I've only seen a couple of other protocols that have anything close to that. Most protocols have like 5, 10, 20, maybe 30 days tops of how much they could pay out if people literally stopped buying nodes. So anyways, that's pretty good. Take that into consideration whenever you're getting into this project. Do with that information what you will. I know a lot of people hate it whenever I do this, but that's just how I get down. So hate on the braids, but don't hate on the math. Take it for what it is. Now, let's touch on their roadmap really quick. I'm not gonna get too deep into it. This video is gonna be long enough as it is, but I'm going to touch on it because I know if I don't, we're gonna have people in the comments, oh, you didn't touch on the roadmap, things that are coming. We're doing it. Let's go. So in March, they're supposed to be investing the DAI treasury. Word of caution, we will talk about their current investments in just a minute, but investments should be left to the professionals. You don't leave it to the people that are putting money in a protocol that's guaranteeing them an ROI. A lot of these other protocols, like, it's just facts. people are legitimately still voting for Time Wonderland. And then people are getting 690% ROIs promised to them, guaranteed per year, and they're voting for Gala nodes that bring in less than 50% per year, or FTM Validator nodes that bring in 16% per month, and Constellation nodes that again bring in like 12% per month at best. So just take that with a grain of salt and think about that whenever you're getting into this protocol. Like, am I the guy? Should they be asking me about investment advice? I don't know. Maybe they should, maybe they shouldn't. I don't necessarily agree with it, but it is what it is. And again, we've seen how that worked out for Thor and Phoenix. They're both losing money on their investments. It is what it is. A lot of other protocols are doing it. Not a lot of protocols are actually making money. These guys are an exception to the rule because I will show you that they are making money and investing in good stuff. But once you start letting people vote for it, that's probably where it starts spiraling out of control. Now, please, for the love of God, just don't vote for Time Wonderland. That's all I ask. Or Hector. They're building DeFi services on top of Cubo, and they don't want to supply much information on that. So what they did say is you will need Cubo tokens to access the system. Great, beautiful. Makes the coin more worthwhile. And they also said that it will be like a stable coin type of investment. I really like this because that actually kind of gave me like yield node vibes. And y'all know how I feel about yield nodes. I like yield nodes. So that could be a good deal. This might also mean an absolute maximum cap on Cubo supply, which pushes the price up. I also like the fact that it's not a lot of like short-term, short-sighted stuff like NFTs, NFT marketplace, play to earn game. Like that's not gonna bring in the income that you need to pay out your rewards. Let's just be real. I hate to break it to everybody, but all the protocols that are doing that and the projects that are doing that, your rewards are dead. They're on their way out. Like it's done. You're just basically waiting until they die. I'm not saying the projects are going to die. I'm saying the rewards are toast eventually. Now, here's their investments, and you can check this in their investments wallet, and they have a spreadsheet, which is awesome. I appreciate like that transparency, right? Now, they've invested about 363K. A lot of that went into quick swap pools on the Polygon network. Dope. They did ETH USDC, ETH Quick, DAI ETH, Wrapped BTC USDC, USDC Quick, AVAX Matic, FTM Matic, UST Matic, My DAI, which sounds crazy. It's almost like a Mai Tai, right? No, we're not drinking, MAI-DAI. And then they did DAI USDC. So they put a little bit over $17,000 into every single one of these. Now, the worst returns that they have are somewhere around 4%, and the best returns that they have are around 70%. This pretty much averages out to about a 40% ROI across all of them. And that stuff is stable. I love that. That's income. That's real income right there. Now, they are staking Quick as well, and that's a 41% ROI per year. And they put $25,000 into that. So how much does that actually bring in? Not a whole lot, but it is like 10 grand. So that does help. Then they've got this curve through beefy thing on Polygon that they're doing for a total of about $125,000. And the average ROI on that is somewhere in the 6 to 20% range. Then they have 14 strong nodes, which I hate this. That's not diversification. We've been over that. You're literally investing in a protocol that's just like you in the same market as you. It's not diverse. It's actually aggressive exposure, but whatever. That's a 300% ROI, and their total investments are $363,000, and they're saying it's going to be about a 47% ROI per year on that investment. Now, here's my main question, because this is the problem with the node protocols is they become so dependent on new node sales, right? They are doing everything they can to develop these other things over here, bring in some revenue from here, bring in some revenue from there, boom, a little bit more revenue here, right? But at the end of the day, the investments aren't going to be able to make you the returns that you're promising people. So how are they making 47% on their investments, but they're still able to pay out 135% all the way up to, 600 and some odd percent? It's a recipe for disaster. So you're either one, going to have to cut rewards, two, go into some very aggressive investments, which is huge risk for your investors, or three, you're going to have to create all these new like revenue generation streams, right? And then you're going to have to cut rewards too. Now, a couple of cool things about the protocol. They have a liquidity bot, a buyback bot, and a router bot. I like that because this contract is controlling all of that stuff. So when it's meeting conditions, it automatically does it. It's not open to human interpretation. It's all numbers and analytics based on a program. And they say like that this is helping them stop a rug pull because they don't have any control over the protocol. Plus, all of the team members were awarded 10 of those like bam, big dog giga nodes. So these guys are making like $18,000 a day. They're like, look, we don't need your money. If we really want to, we'll just sell our rewards that we're accruing every day on our big, ridiculous, awesome 10 giga nodes that we have. So I'd say that they want the protocol to keep running. That's just my guess and personal, I guess, bias. So I'd also be interested to know what they have in the works in order to keep the coin price stable to where it doesn't dip down to those $18 levels and it kind of can stabilize. My guess is they'll probably peg it to some type of stable coin like it already is. But what I'm saying is their investments and their new protocols that they're going to be bringing out will be pegged to those stable coins and then make you pay with those stable coins as well. They're saying that they're also looking for other ways to increase the DAI treasury because with the coin price normally of Cubo being over $1, then they actually have a surplus of Cubo and they don't have enough DAI to cover it because the Cubo is worth so much more. Now, one other cool thing that they have is called an anti-dumping mechanism. This is kind of genius, to be honest, and it's impressively well thought out. So the Cubo token has a maximum limit of 10,000 tokens per transaction. This allows the protocol to prevent people from selling massive amounts of Cubo all at the same time. So one other thing that I thought was pretty cool about this, if the price gets over $1, then there's a theoretical premise where the DAI reserve gets depleted. In that case, the contract will automatically start adjusting the LP tokens to use the 100 DAI, but less than 100 Cubo, which basically that means the remaining Cubo tokens are kept in the rewards pool. This keeps the coin stable and keeps the liquidity in the pool. Now, words of caution, really quick. Cubo is KYC'd, but they're KYC'd by Assure DeFi, and we know about Assure DeFi, El Crypto Chapo, their other guy is a meme dude. So anyways, you're entrusting a KYC firm that won't even tell you who owns the KYC firm. They're not even transparent with who they are. How transparent are you with who these people are? That's all I'm saying. So take that with a grain of salt. Do with that information what you will. Again, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just here to play devil's advocate and think outside that box. So there's also a CerTick audit, but it's been at 85% for a long time. So we don't really know what's in that contract until that audit comes out. They're saying, yeah, we completed the audit, we're sending it back, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know how much of that's actually true. I don't know any of that. So all I'm saying is make sure that whenever that contract comes out, you check that audit and see what's going on with it because you have absolutely zero clue what is in that contract until CerTick comes out with it. Now, as any other node project, these rewards seem unsustainable for the amount of people getting in if it continues to go in that way. Now, this one is trajectory isn't as astronomically straight up as a lot of these other protocols like the Thors and the, Titanos of the world and stuff like that. And I'm not comparing it to Titano, it's just an example of a protocol that's going crazy. So take that as a word of caution to get your ROI as quickly as you possibly can on this, maybe before compounding. Then with the projected 47% ROI on their investments, that's not going to substantiate the 135 to 600 and some odd thousand% ROIs that they're quoting people. So just be aware of that as well. Because if it was that easy to bring in 600 and some percent, trust me, everybody would be rich. No one would be doing anything. We would all own islands and there would be no lower or middle class. It would just be everyone's rich, right? So just, think about that whenever you're looking at these protocols and being like, oh, these guys are guaranteeing me 17 billion% APY. Now, with all that being said, thank you guys all so much for showing up to the video. I feel the love. I feel the support. Comment anything you want, like that video. If you got anything out of this video, if you like me, if you like the content, if you like some of my memes, like the video, subscribe, bang on that notification bell, show up to the new videos, watch the old videos because I'm dropping bombs. I'm dropping stuff every 2 days. I appreciate everybody showing up. I can't wait to get to the next video. I actually filmed 2 today, so watch out. Those are dropping ASAP. I will see you soon and have a great day, everyone.